Let's move on. And Liberian academic Dr. Naja Pele is pushing for new ways to combat corruption. The Oxford University lecturer has so far authored 2 books meant to teach children the need to remain honest. She believes this could prevent the next generation of adults from abandoning their innate potential of being corrupt. Joseph Akable met Dr. Pele on the sidelines of an AU dialogue on corruption, which was convened in Botswana. He brings us this report.
They thought about how Ma and Pa left their first church, the Pentecostal Tabernacle, because the pastor was caught taking money from the offering to build his family a mansion on the beach. They thought about Bagba and the round C word. They realized how much they did not like the word at all.
A depiction of one of the books authored by Liberian Oxford-based academic Dr. Pele.
The title of the book is Bagba, and it means, loosely translated as trickery, that bad thing in the Bassa language, which is one of the 15 languages in Liberia. And it's basically an anti-corruption children's book. The intention of the book is to have a national conversation with kids in Liberia as well as across the continent of Africa about what it means to be accountable to oneself, one's community, one's nation, one's continent, and one's globe.
In this book, Dr. Pele tells the story of siblings who traveled to the Liberian capital of Monrovia to visit their uncle.
In the capital, they have a series of experiences that remind them of this Bassa word, Bagba, which effectively means corruption.
She believes children are innately honest and must be sensitized early enough about corruption before society changes them.
If you ask a 5 or 6-year-old child, what do you think of this? They'll tell you the bold truth without necessarily sugarcoating it, without necessarily rationalizing with it, without necessarily fudging the truth. So my intention of writing this book is to really cultivate that natural honesty, that refreshingly truthful nature that children have naturally until they're socialized to be dishonest, and to use the verbal tools, or to give them the verbal tools to have conversations about how the confusing ethical codes of the adults really affect their lives.
Dr. Pele is confident adults could equally benefit from well-informed children who will be in a position to reject moves aimed at corrupting them.
So that's really the intention. I think children really can be the moral compass of the world and the moral compass of our continent. So it's not teaching them about the values of ethics, because I think they are already naturally honest, is using them to remind adults about why it's necessary to maintain that innocent honesty that we all have when we're children. And then we gradually become socialized to be dishonest, unfortunately.
Her 2 books have already been approved as supplementary reading material by the Education Service in Liberia and Ghana. An interest in her work is gradually showing up in the music industry. Liberian musician Takun J has adapted her book titled Jaka in a Song. Like many other activists, Dr. Pele hopes her contribution to the corruption fight yields some results. Joseph Akable, JoyNews, Gaborone.